Hey, good Friday morning, everybody. Grab a cup of coffee. It's time for the Friedman Adventures morning briefing. It's so great to be with you. It's a beautiful morning. You can just feel all the cosmic energy coming together as we've got a new moon, a solar eclipse. We've got a Grunion run headed our way. The Bluefin Tuna fishing is picking up. Look out for some explosions up in the Channel Islands in the coming days. San Clemente Island again viable. So much to cover with you, and I'm glad you chose to spend a few moments with us here this beautiful Friday morning before right as the sun is coming up. All right, let me just make a couple of notes because we just booked a new charter. This one is a Sunday. We do very few weekend charters, so here's an opportunity to fish with the guys from Friedman Adventures, and I'll be out there, of course, shooting a video. It'll be up at Ventura Sport Fishing with Cody Rogers on board the Island Spirit. Full day trip, leaving at 6 in the morning, returning at 5 at night. We're going to focus on white sea bass in the morning. Hopefully we'll have live squid, and we will give it our best. And Cody is a capable fisherman. If the sea bass or exotics, halibut, yellowtail, sea bass, don't cooperate, then we are going to try to load your sacks up with some great eating rockfish. That is Sunday, May the 22nd, on board the Island Spirit. You need to give me a text, shoot me a text, I'll get you on the trip. 657-227-6459. That would be a lot of fun. And May the 15th, don't forget, our Jig Fishing Workshop is on the horizon. The guys from the 540 Slingers Club, Island Fishing Tackle in beautiful Carson, California, and so many others will be there with Friedman Adventures to provide you with an opportunity to up your game in throwing the iron. That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, that'll be at the casting pond at Recreation Park in Long Beach, right off 7th Street near the golf course. It was previously scheduled to be held at Long Beach Marine Stadium, but that venue has changed, so the casting pond is where you want to be, 8 in the morning until 11. If you're a novice angler, you have no idea how to throw the iron, come on out. If you're intermediate, come on out. We have instructors for both. And if you're a pro, if you think you can chuck the iron further than anybody else, we'll have a contest at the end to see who can do just that. And we'll have some prizes and so much more. And if you just want to drink a cup of coffee and come and hang out, you're more than welcome to do that. You can also join us for the after party. If you can't make it in the morning, or if you can, we're going to have the after party 5 minutes away at Schulb's with our chef, Jason. It's going to be so much fun. Jason's doing such a great job with so many great recipes, and his place, Schulb in Long Beach, SHOLB, there it is for you. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be talking fishing. We're going to be doing a raffle. So many great things. So that's going to be a really fun day. All right, let's get into it. The Mark Paisano interview is getting rave reviews. That podcast is on the air right now, new one. And Mark doesn't hold anything back. Talks about Costa Rica, Panama, fishing regulations. I mean, we get into it all on this podcast. So make sure you check that out. All right, weather is starting to look so much better in most areas. There is an exception up there in the Channel Islands at times. For the local guys like the Island Spirit, the California, the local boats, they're going to have nice weather right now. So that is great news. Where the sea bass were biting, we're going to get many windows of opportunity. There will be some breezy conditions also, and that is, a very fluid situation. Changes a lot. But look for some sea bass catches here today and tomorrow. And boy, by I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, that weather looks really good up there in that neck of the woods. That should really equal some really great white sea bass fishing. Down in the Bluefin Tuna area, back to normal on the weather. That's looking much better in San Clemente Island. Viable again, looking really great in terms of some yellows and halibut, white sea bass, even thresher sharks, which is kind of unusual for San Clemente Island. We don't see that out there all that often. All right, so let's focus in. Let's start with the Bluefin Tuna. Most of it down there off Ensenada, Baja California Norte. And that bite raged on last night. Continued great fishing going on. The nighttime bite, you're almost done by the time the sun comes up. Sometimes earlier than that, and that was again the case last night. Really great fishing with the knife jigs. the flat fall jigs, and those 100 to 200 gram size jigs seem to be working best right now. You know, we were fishing those really big jigs at one time, and they will and sometimes are effective, but right now we are seeing a lot more fish taking on that 100 to 200 gram size lure, and that's working super well. A lot of 40 to 80 pound fish. Now, there's still that 25 to 40 pound stuff, but a lot more 40 to 80 pounds, and we get them over 100 every single night and day. So in the daytime, a lot of fish being taken on the fly line baits, and full day boats are on that. In fact, the San Diego's on their way out right now, several other full day boats. Those are the boats out of San Diego fishing from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. So those are great trips. And when you think about the fact that here we are almost in May, April, though late April, and we're catching bluefin tuna on full day trips out of San Diego, we are truly blessed. Now, a lot of nice fish on the San Diego this last time, a lot of that 40 to 80 pound stuff, which is remarkable. And they'll be out there scouting it out. That's looking better every single day. It's only going to get better as we get deeper into the season. When you're fishing during the daytime and you're fly lining a sardine, number one, you're going to pick a really good hot sardine. The bait in the well that's the hardest one to catch is the one that you want to pin on your hook and toss out there. And number two, fluorocarbon is an absolute must. So make sure you're fishing the fluoro. 30 to 40 pound will do it for you. If you can get a bite on 50, that would be even better, because as I say, there are some nice fish starting to wander around. So great fishing off of Ensenada, closer also to the islands, the Coronado Islands. We're starting to see some fish push up that way. Really excellent fishing. I don't know how it can get much better than that. And I think you're going to see some really good scores here today. We'll be watching that for you very closely. So San Clemente Island, Tino Valentine jumped in on our live broadcast here on Tuesday night, and that was a lot of fun. Tino, a great friend, a great entertainer, a great teacher, and a capable captain, and he has been knocking them dead at San Clemente Island. His last couple of trips a little bit more difficult, no doubt about it. Had a shot of halibut on his last trip. The one previous to that had a few yellowtail, but when we back up to the good weather, man, up there around 40 yellows, a shot of white sea bass, mostly 30, 40 pound stuff, some 20 pounders mixed in there with it. As I mentioned, they've had some big thresher sharks at times out there and some big halibut. It's really been a remarkable bite, and it should get back to it with this nice weather again. There are some nests of squid over there at San Clemente Island, and when you find a nest, there's sure to be predators nearby, and that has indeed been the case. In the early morning hours, you're fishing a dropper loop, and Tino says you can get bit on the 60 pound, no problem. So heavy line, a big hook, at least a 5/0 size hook is what I would fish with. And once again, just been a great bite. Now, as the sun comes up over the island, well, or on the other side of it, where, depending on where you're fishing, as the sun comes up at San Clemente, you're going to want to fish the water column, the whole column, and that's when you can switch over to a sliding egg sinker, stay with the big hook, and that has been super effective. And then let your bait sink down the column. You can bring it back up, covering some ground. As the sun comes up, the fish have a tendency to come up the bottom and start to feed. So that's when you want to definitely be fishing fluorocarbon, and you want to go to 30, 40 pound. That's going to do it just fine for you. There's some sizable fish. The yellows have all been anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds, sometimes pushing up in the high 30 pounds. So you're going to want some tackle to hang on to those things. Look for that bite to rebound. That should come roaring back, hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, Catalina Island, the boys on the Pursuit are doing a great job of filling sacks over there in less than optimum conditions. That blow screwed everything up in terms of water temp and water clarity. It's green, it's off color, it's a little cold at Cat right now, so trying to catch exotics is difficult. But the Pursuit and several other boats over there give it a try every single day. And one of these days, it'll click again and those yellows will start to bite. We had a shot of them a few weeks ago at Catalina Island. So hopefully, as I said, that'll get going again. For the most part, rockfish, sheep's head, whitefish, that kind of a thing. Good table fare, nice full sacks for you. Hopefully that's going to continue. And hopefully we're going to add some of that exotics into the catch here very, very soon. as I have mentioned to you, and it's worth reiterating, that biomass of squid moved this year from Monterey down into the Channel Islands and is spread all through here also at Catalina Island and San Clemente Island. And that just sets us up for a great spring and summer for that matter. I mean, people don't think of white sea bass bites as occurring in July and June. They always think, you know, winter, spring, but some of the best, most prolific white sea bass bites you'll see will occur in those late spring, summertime months. So that is definitely going to be in play, especially with this cooler water. La Nina definitely still in effect. We are in a La Nina. Will it hold? That is going to be the question. And if it does continue to hold, and as we have already told you back on our albacore forecast, that the predictions, the models, most of them are saying that we're going to have a La Nina. Well, that is cooler water. That is the possibility of albacore. That's good sea bass fishing in most cases. Kelp grows a lot better. We usually have dry weather. We won't get much rain, but we are definitely in this La Nina. We'll see where that's going to lead us. Up and down the coast, there was actually a little shot of barracuda on the local scene around San Pedro here. A private boater checked in with me, showed me his catch, and had some decent sized barracuda. So that is something I'm going to be watching. Are we on the verge of a little snap on the barracuda? Hopefully. There's nothing more fun than catching gar on the iron. Barracuda bite really, really well on the iron. I'm got my fingers crossed that something good is about to happen on the barracuda. A little bit of bass up and down the coast, sand and calico, just a smattering of barracuda. That's still a dream. Hopefully it's going to manifest itself here very, very soon. And of course, we'll continue to catch nice and copious amounts of rockfish, filling the sacks with sculpin on these twilight trips and rockfish during the daytime. So that is all good. Channel Island area, let's get back to it. Tucker McCombs up there on the Endeavor. Man, our trip got canceled and I'm still ready to break into tears over that. I was so excited about that trip. We had so many great anglers ready to go, but unfortunately the weather went to spit. It was just way too windy and rough. I mean, if we had a window, Tucker would have taken it. So now in this coming few days, and as I said, Tuesday, Wednesday, wow, if you're on a trip with Tucker during that time period, just ride it up to limits of white sea bass. I don't want to put any pressure on anybody, but that guy is one capable fisherman. And with good weather, that bite should be coming back. Remember, we've seen white sea bass up to the high 60-pound mark here in this springtime up in the Channel Islands, which has been the epicenter of great white sea bass fishing over the past few years. If you're looking for a sea bass bite, I'll tell you, Channel Islands has been the place to be. So we'll continue to monitor that. Hopefully we're going to get back to it this weekend. We do have some windows of opportunity. Cody Rogers on the Island Spirit is heading out right now. Once again, they've had good rock fishing when they get good weather, so hopefully they'll get back to it. It's been tough, of course, when the weather is bad up there in that neck of the woods. Sea bass, halibut, they should get a shot of yellowtail here fairly soon also, and rock fishing up there in that neck of the woods is really good. Don't forget those local trips out of Ventura sport fishing. You've got the California, which is an extended half-day trip, and that's the old Matt Walsh for you Matt Walsh fans. You can jump on there. And the Island Spirit going every single day. He's fishing full day from 6 in the morning till 5 at night. So really great trips there out of Ventura sport fishing. 805-676-3474. Say hello to Saul for me when he answers the phone at Ventura sport fishing. All right, surf fishing along the beaches here. It looks pretty darn nice this morning. In fact, I think I'm going to have to come back out here in an hour or so. With the high tide, there's been more and more activity, a few more halibut being taken. I've seen birds, not so much this morning, but here recently, a lot of birds hitting the water, a lot of activity, a lot of dolphin feeding out there, and that is just evidence of bait moving in here, of more fish moving in here. It's looking pretty darn good. Down around Bolsa Chica, down there quite a ways, there was some really good spot fin croaker fishing. Spot fin croaker are a fish that don't like to bite the lures too much. So I rarely catch them throwing a crocodile or a Castmaster. They're a bait bite, and probably my favorite bait is to dig up sandworms here in the sand. Of course, that's where sandworm, where the hell else would they live? Sandworms here, and using them for bait. That they love that. That is such a good way. 2-hook rig, and you're off to the races with those spotfin croaker. And we should see more yellowfin croaker move in here. As previously mentioned, we've got a Grunion run tomorrow night, so we're going to see more and more halibut moving up on the beaches, getting active, looking good, and hopefully it'll continue in the right direction. They've got bait for you right here at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, and Sam over there at Island Fishing in Carson, California. He's got bait also. Both those places have all the rigs and everything else you'll need to be successful in the SoCal surf. All right, as previously mentioned, Grunion run starts Saturday night. Normally speaking, the runs are better like in the second hour. So when they say 9:50 Saturday night, I believe that's the starting time, 9:50. That I never go at 9:50. Every time I go at 9:50, I sit in the cold, windy weather, and then by 10:50, I'm like, I'm out of here. You know, this is too much for me, and they haven't shown up. So I always start an hour later, and the second and third nights are normally the best. So Sunday, Monday nights, into the second hour, that's when you should be able to take the kids down and see some Grunion. Hopefully they'll show up. You know, it's not a slam dunk, but the Grunion are set to move up on the beaches with a new moon and solar eclipse. Incidentally, I think that solar eclipse can only be seen in South America and Antarctica, if I remember that correctly. I don't believe we'll be able to see it here, but still, all of these cosmic events colliding to provide Southern California with epic sport fishing. At least that's the way I hope it winds up. All right, Grunion, of course, are a big magnet, just as squid is or any other bait fish, to predators. So as all that stuff moves up on the beach, hopefully we're going to see even better surf fishing as we go along. All right, so a reminder to you all, May the 15th, our Jig Fishing Workshop. That's going to be down there at Recreation Park at the Casting Pond. All the guys from the 540 Club, Jeff Yeomans, Danny, of course, Sam De La Torre from Island Fishing Tackle and his staff. We'll have over 12 instructors there for you. And as I say, if you're brand new and you want to up your game, this is the place to come. Everybody there is going to welcome you with open arms, and only thing they're going to do is try to help you out. And Sunday, May the 22nd, we've just added a new charter. I can send you our whole charter list if you'd like to get it. We have a few openings on our fall trips, and I'd be happy to do that. Just send me a text at 657-227-6459. Remember to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. That would be great if you would do that. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And once again, our statistics are soaring through the roof, and we have you to thank for that. Really, really appreciate it. And don't forget, after the jig fishing seminar or workshop or whatever you want to call it, we'll be over there with Jason, Chef Jason at Shoalbin, Long Beach. Jason's a great addition to our Friedman Adventures team, and I can't wait to go over there and see my good friend and have some fun with him. All right, we'll continue to monitor everything for you. It's so nice of you to spend a few minutes with me here on this lovely Friday morning. Surf fishing should be good. There should be some explosive activity. If you're headed out today, I wish you all the very best. Take care, my friends. Have a lovely morning, and I'll see you again really soon.